Gaming Bolt presents 15 things we don't want to see in The Last of Us 2. Please note that these suggestions in no way mean there is anything wrong with the original. These are simply opinions we believe fans would enjoy not seeing in the sequel. We have a lot to cover here, so it's best we get started right away. Same characters. Both Joel and Ellie had a phenomenal chemistry as a father-daughter relationship blossomed through their months on the road. In the sequel, we'd love to have new playable characters with a new amazing story arc with emotional impact that those two gave us. Joel and Ellie's story had a satisfactory ending, and we don't want that tainted by bringing them back for more. America all over again. Traveling the US was a breathtaking experience, especially when we not only saw what America looked like after the fallout of that strain. For the sequel, we'd like a totally new location. Since we traveled all around USA, how about maybe another country? Linear path. There's no arguing that The Last of Us was a linear game. It wasn't necessarily a bad thing, but what good would it be to have a system as powerful as PlayStation 4 and not use that power to really put The Last of Us 2 as a showcase game, much as the original was for PS3? One-dimensional story. Going along with the linear level design, how about a more dynamic story? The Last of Us' story was also, in fact, this is the story, no turns. We had to sit back and enjoy a spectacular story, and that was amazing. It really was. But what if we could expand upon that by molding our own story through decision-making options? Single ending. The Last of Us had an ending that made us appreciate what the love for family has on our decision-making. But what is the cool thing all the kids are doing these days? Oh, yes, multiple endings. A lot of people may not be fans of this one, but some fans do enjoy several different endings. Few enemy types. It would spice the sequel up with more enemy variety. Human enemies really can't change much in variety, but has anyone seen what fungus looks like? It varies in form substantially. There are literally limitless degrees in which Naughty Dog could go to design cooler and newer enemy types. Static weather. Sony have really stepped up their game in graphics technology, especially in the dynamic weathers we've been seeing in games such as Drive Club. Wouldn't it make the atmosphere of where the sequel takes place even more believable with dynamic weather? That would truly be amazing to never know exactly what we're stepping into. Personal stories. In the original, we were given an almost poetic story followed by a dirge of sorrow. For a second game, how about we add some more mission-based elements? Not so much a personal story of survival, but one of fighting to take back what they will never have again. Going on these missions for, say, gunpowder and other items, mission by mission, still story-driven but ready to take back the world. 20 hours long. The Last of Us gave us a solid 20 plus hours of entertainment, but what's the old saying? Oh yeah, we want more. That's not a bad thing to want an awesome game to be longer, is it? Let us explore the land, find collectibles, and discover hidden cities and secrets. Abrupt ending. For many players, the ending was very abrupt. Not a bad ending, of course, just swift. For the second game, we'd like to see a concrete ending that ties up all the loose ends. Show an ending that is delivered throughout choices and decisions throughout the game. Weak enemy AI. Joel could be carrying around a backpack filled with clanking and knocking knickknacks, yet the bad guys would pay it no mind if he was in sneak mode. Let's ditch that old hat AI and learn from a recent stealth masterpiece, Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. No, we don't want whoever the new character will be to have a red rocket-propelled hand, just make it feel real. Seeing through walls. Another off time during the first game was seeing through walls. Let's see if we can get rid of that to do things on a more realistic approach. This isn't a paint-by-numbers game. It showed us how far games can go to show us a realistic perspective on how to survive a horrible situation, but with minor cheap tricks. Story DLC. Not everyone is a fan of downloadable content. I, for one, don't have a problem with it as long as the main game story is complete without it. Naughty Dog, as of recent, has started making a habit of pushing out story DLC. Let's ditch this and make this game enjoyable without having to fork out more cash. Multiplayer issues. The Last of Us 2 should be finished when brought to the public. Connection issues and matchmaking problems should all be fixed day one. We understand day one issues are the norm these days, but Naughty Dog are known to strive for perfection. Unrealistic tones. Naughty Dog have pushed the boundaries of reality in their games and will continue to do so moving forward. But what is up with Ellie being the battle mage in game? She's a fierce shooter and an on-site medic that can heal any type of wound. Unrealistic tones often take us out of the game and put us back into our reality, and that's not what games are about. What feature don't you want to see in the game? Let us know in the comments below, and if you like what we're doing, please go ahead and click that subscribe button.